Well, good afternoon, everyone. Been a while since we've done one this early. How are you guys? Salute, everyone here. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, it's been one of them days, man. I hope you guys are doing good. Yep. Roped me into the Gypsy Rose content. Can you believe this? Can you believe AD is going to be covering Gypsy Rose content? I know you wouldn't have thunk it, because I didn't think it. But hey, I don't think there's anything we can't do. I don't think there's nothing we can't cover. Because guess what? Toddie don't make the rules. We react, we commentate, and we chit-chat. If you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't give a damn who you are. Kiss my ass. We're here. We're there. We're everywhere. And it's funny, because you got people that come over to my channel and say, oh, this is getting childish. Why don't you two creators stop it? The funny thing is, you can't say that on her channel. You can't speak about it. You can't talk about it. You can't even say that. But over here on AD, we allow you. We allow you to talk about it. We allow you to tell us about it. But then we just tell you about it. Ain't that right, Chad? You guys ready to have a little fun today? I'm ready to have fun if you are. Let's react, talk shit, maybe swap some spit. Who knows? Let's go, baby.
Alright, motherfucker, listen up. This is for the fucking homies steady giving no fucks. If you wanna join the party, put your middle fingers up. And when the music fucking hits, you better jump, jump, jump.
How is you guys? Jump, jump.
Right now, 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 right now.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Yeah, it's one of those days, man. I'm not really feeling too good today. Went to bed last night. Stomach was aching, you know. Felt like I wanted to throw up all freaking night. I just don't feel like I have to throw up. You know what I mean? Been fucking ill all day. Luckily, I had the day off. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get me something to drink. I can't stand the rain. How is ya? Good to see everybody in the chat, man. What's up, chat box? Haven't developed an infection? No, I'm doing good, 85. I think it's just some kind of bug or something. Like, I felt this way all day almost. And last night as well. Shout out to my homeboy, Primo Dupree, man. Hit me up on the chime. Salute, bro. We got no goal today. We got no goal today. You want to support? No thing we're doing. He said, I will fund this war. I don't give a fuck. Thank you for funding this war, Primo Dupree. You've been around a long time, sir. You've been around a long time, soldier. We appreciate you, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you, soldier, for your donation and your generosity, soldier. It's a little of what we do over here. We expose the fake and we congratulate the great. Yeah, we don't do none of the old conspiracy theory stuff, go down old weird lanes and stuff like that. Because I'm gonna talk to you like a human being, like an adult. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna come up here and play against your best thoughts or your how smart you are. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. You're gonna get me raw, uncut, and unfiltered. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get me questioning things. You're gonna get me talking about things. But you will not get me making judgments and shit about stupid shit. I promise you. You just won't. How you doing, chat? What's up, Primo? AD, chat from the clouds. Bang on them. Like we do about this time. 1985. Salute to you, baby. Prayers always. 85. CG. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Tracy, Racy. What's good? Flo Rider. What's poppin'? How are you doing? Leesky. My homie Leesky. What's up, Fox? Oh, yeah. Good God, Gertie. You really caused some rumbling, didn't you, Gertie? I love it. You gotta love YouTube, man. You gotta love YouTube, bro. Karen Myers, hello there. How are you? Snowbird, were you the one that did this? Are you the one that did all that shit this morning, Snowbird? You come through and drop all that snow? I woke up to all kinds of snow. It's gone now. It's done melted, but Jesus, man. I don't want snow. That's probably why I'm sick. This damn weather change. Has to be. Most definitely. Yeah, I don't think it's infection 85 because it's in my belly and not like in my bladder area, I guess. Like it's really like a feeling. Ugh. I feel like just ugh. I felt that way right before bed too last night. So I just curled up and went to sleep as much as I could. Hello there, Beth. Get it cracking. McCracken, how are you doing? How are you? What's up, Twisted, my homeboy? Twisted, Tennessee. How are you doing? Good to see you, Sassy. What's up, Sassy? Sandy P, what up? Yeah, man, I'm going to go down this Gypsy Rose rabbit hole, I guess. Because now I'm intrigued. I keep seeing like different shorts and things on like her ex-boyfriends, her new boyfriends, like Toddie. And then there's some creators out there that genuinely cover Gypsy Rose pretty good. I mean, they do it pretty good. But I'm not here to do all that with the creators, right? I'm here to cover Gypsy Rose. I don't give a damn about a creator. I may react to something that you put out, commentate to a story you release, something like that. But like, I don't get lost in all the parasocial stuff. I don't. When I hit the end stream button, I'll be in my Discord. That's where I'll be. We'll be in the Discord. We'll hang out in the Discord. That's where you'll get the most out of me. What's up? What's up, Maine chick from Maine? What's up, DJen? I think I'm going to drop in on one of your videos today. I know that you don't mind, sir. What's up, Lisa Evans? Hello, AD in chat. How are you, Lisa Evans? Good to see you guys, man. A little bit early than what we thought. You got picked up something? I think I did. There were some people that called in last week, said they were sick and shit, so they probably gave it to me. Who knows? It's a whole damn mess. I have been told I don't really want to care about the mess. Native said, early stream, salute, Native. How are you? I would love for you to get into the Schmurderer. The Schmurderer, huh? Amy Unfiltered says, wait till you find the role play her and Nick were doing, talking about SA. Where she was wearing the wig. Is that what you're speaking about? where it almost looked like a police. What's up, Nazarene? Thank you, DJ, thank you. The offering up her child one. Yeah, I'm just now breaking into it. I'm just now breaking into it a little. I'm gonna be covering Toddie about this for a little bit because she's literally sunk me into this. Like I was not thinking about covering Gypsy Rose at all. Is there even anything still to cover, chat? I mean, is she putting out content on a regular basis? Is things being released about her? Or are we just talking about old things? I'm going to need some of y'all's fucking help too. Offering their 13-year-old daughter's V card. Amazing, bro. People that defend Gypsy say it was all sex role play and normal. Well, why is it in everyone else's hands? All new stuff has come out about her. Okay. What's up, Scooter? How are you, man? How are you, Sheena? I think Toddie's kind of realized the dumb shit she's done. That's why you see her kind of backing away from the drama content. Because she doesn't really have anything else to put out. She don't. Like, that's all old crap. Shout out to Sheena Beggins, man. Sheena Beggins. Let's see here. Where was that one? Was that it? I think this is it. No. It was a lie. That's what it was. Sorry. Sorry, man. Sorry. This was funny as shit, y'all. Toddie needs to get out of the Gypsy verse. I've heard that a lot. I totally agree to that. Gypsy is really pushing to be an influencer. She's catering to young people. That's what's weird about it to me. Her content seems geared to children. It really does. It seems geared to like a lower 20s crowd, if that. What's up, Lisa? Double Lisa. Toddie needs to get off the internet and go to a real church on her own. Well, I'll tell you what, if this guy right here really cared about Toddie, they would help her seek mental help. Like they would step in. I mean, isn't that what friends do? Like if you see one of your really, really good friends, your close friends, acting out like this, trying to somehow conspiracy theory it all together. And then you have counter Kathy up on your channel as if she's some kind of great source or something, bro. Like it's really starting to become, what do you call bottom feeding? Really yellow bellyish, you might say. Really like low hanging. To use Kathy is like, okay, you couldn't get anybody better. Obviously not.
Yeah.
Not correct. Obviously not. You couldn't get anybody. Don't need any music here because I'll get. He's got an intro, I believe. Here we go. Shout out to DJing and the content. Your Gyps. Is that who she's saying? Scooter? That's who she's referring to, bro? Oh my God. This gets fucking. Bro. I don't know if I have the care in the world to even do this. I don't know if I have the care in the world. He thinks that you're. I think so, Scooter. I mean, only her heart could wish, right? Only her heart could wish. Okay, thank you, DJ.
Sick, and the mother was onto something. Her hunch as a mother had paid off. Evidence had finally confirmed that, but she still had a life that was involved with grift.
Okay, so here's the thing: they're going to be talking about Dee, and did she have anything to do with Gypsy wanting to unalive her, or this?
She
This
was
is
trying
ridiculous.
to have an income, and she wasn't working to any
This is
degree
ridiculous.
that would make the level of income that she had to keep up the lifestyle that they had achieved. And you would mention that she got to go to a bunch of Disney trips, and
She's disgusting.
I'm going to see
She
the
seems it
daughter
to
as
me.
not being as actively engaged in making that grift happen than the mother. The mother would have been the one to press the levers and identify, yes, my daughter's still sick, and oh, thank you, we'll take your trip and have a life and do whatever it was. That was her process that she was getting off on because she was involved too. The mother was involved with, there was a duality there of eventual crime that would lead the daughter to her choices. But they were both involved to a degree, and the mother was primary. She had to be. The daughter had to learn from the mother. So that's
That's not always true. That's not always true. I was an only son. Now, I did learn a lot from my mother, but there were some things that my mother just could not teach me. And probably same with her. Oh, thank you, Brandy, for Karma Kitty. For my little kitty. Thank you. Kitty, it's Karma. Get in here and say thank you. You little rude ass. Where is he? Kitty. Karma Kitty. Get in here.
State express that. Oh, no. It's discipline. She's showing discipline. She can learn.
Here's the thing. Toddie wants him up there to basically try to use him as a punching bag. And I see right through it. Because she's already laughing. She's already like, whatever, dude. Whatever.
She ain't no old dog. I love my sister. She's brilliant.
So listen. So here's the thing. I agree. A crime is a crime is a crime. You've got that. I'll give you that. So, okay. So when you write a bad check, she did. When you get caught stealing, yes, it's a crime. But I think my problem with what you're implying is that, see,
you know what I have seen and noticed a lot with a lot of these true crime, whatever, like, they're too busy trying to be better than the content that they're doing. They're too busy trying to be, oh, well, I'm Toddie1Skip. I live a better life than these people, or I do this better than them, or I'm a better person than them, when really you're not. When really you're not at all. You're not. Because a real true human being doesn't have to get up here and go, I'm better than anyone. They don't. And that's exactly what I see in a lot of it. Narcissism and parasocialism.
I see it as a woman who was left alone with a sick kid.
It's
and
weird.
An unruly sick kid at that. And legitimately sick, where they didn't know what was going on with her. Gypsy legitimately would stop breathing at night when she was a baby, like a child, baby. And because even her grandfather said that the machine would go off and Dee would have to run in there. So here she is. She's on her own raising this sick kid. And as you know, when you're younger, you know, the ailments, a lot of ailments you'll grow out of.
What's
right?
up, Kim?
Usually. And so Gypsy, of course, grew out of the ailments, but Gypsy also complicated the ailments, sometimes by telling untruths, like I told you last time with her legs, when she said, you know, the feelings in her legs and the things she kept from her mom and this and that. But also there was a legitimate sickness and legitimate ailments there.
You know what's funny?
Gypsy had to have surgery for her eyes or she'd be blind today. She had to have the salivary glands.
You know what's funny? People lie, bro. Gypsy is a liar. People lie. And guess what? If it's going to help you get out of prison or get less time, I'm going to lie. People lie. Everyone. Everyone. Not you, not me. Everyone will tell a motherfucking lie. I don't even care to even debate that. Because it would be a lie to debate it. I mean, what? And I'm going to tell you this right here. I don't give a fuck what happened in your life other than getting sexually assaulted every day of your life. I mean, that would be torture. That would be reason to kill your parents. But there's no excuse for Gypsy. Absolutely none at all. None. None at all. Not in sitting there and say that you're a normal person today, because you would have to be fucked up out of your head.
You know, some of them taken out because she was having a problem with too much saliva and choking on saliva and such.
Woohoo. Let's cry a fucking river for too much saliva.
So the surgeries that she has done has been proven needed, right? So here's a woman.
God, I wish that was my only problem. I'm getting too much saliva in my mouth. Oh my God. What? She ruined others' lives getting someone else to do it. Yep. Had that man so sprung on her that he would off another woman for her. They always offer a plea. They always offer a plea. I don't know if that would be the concern, but they always offer a plea bargain. Plus, it was her first crime. I mean, she just fell under like what common like the law is. Like she just fell under that, and she had an attorney that was willing to go the extra mile to make sure she got that. If she didn't have a good attorney and all that, she'd be fucking hoisted away for a lot longer than what she was.
Her husband's in arrears. He doesn't even want to see his kid to even come and give Dee.
You don't know if someone's in arrears. You don't know that. You don't know that at all. Not one bit. Nope. Not unless he's told you he's in arrears.
A break. You know, to come
I
and
hate that,
take her
bro.
on vacation.
I literally hate that type of shit. Unless that man came up here and said, yep, I still owe child support. There's no fucking true way to find out he's in arrearage. No real way. Because guess what? That isn't in the fucking paperwork. It might be if you have to get hauled back to court. But come on, man. You don't know what he owes. Oh, man. I've went through the child support division. I put myself through child support just so I knew that they could not take that little girl of mine out of my life. Yep, sure did.
No, he says no. He's not going to do that. And so she's all alone, desperate with a sick kid. So I see her
she don't have
not trying to take advantage of a system and have a grift per se. I see it as survival with a sick kid that you really don't know what's wrong with. And the only thing I can honestly say that I feel like I could say in confidence that she's made up was Gypsy's age. That's the only thing. And the other elements, I can't say that she actually made those up because I don't know that, you know.
You don't know any of it, to be honest. It's all medical field shit. Yeah, if she would have went to trial and lost, she would have been down for a long, long time. I don't think when oh announce arrears. Damn, that's crazy. See, in Indiana, you used to go to prison for being behind in child support. You used to go to prison for it. They would file a charge on you called neglect of a dependent. Yeah, that's like that in every community, though, Pablo. It is. It really is. It truly is. And then people will start to spin their own narratives, like what she's doing now, like Toddie's doing right now, spinning crazy ass narratives about people. And she won't quit, so it just keeps building onto that narrative, and whoever believes her up until they get tired of hearing about stupid ass narratives and they go, well, I'm not listening to this bullshit no more. And they just quit watching her. A lot of people just fail to unsub. They do. They just fail to unsub. They just scroll past the videos.
And there's still stuff coming out.
That's not the part of the deceit that would put some culpability on her as having raised a child in a grift, in a dual crime that eventually would lead to her own demise and her own end. And
well, but why do you say that leads?
I agree to maybe softening the whole Munchausen by proxy and accusing her of abusing her child and all the things that went with it. But she had an underlying pattern to having an income, to utilizing her daughter's illness.
No, she worked before.
She did previously, but she still practiced this level of deceit to bring money and income and things beyond by identifying her daughter's condition to do that. She accepted charity, and granted knows charity.
Yeah, but her daughter was legitimately sick.
She did more than just actively accept charity. I can't point to anything right now. I'm just going by from what I remember the situation of Claudine Blanchard being involved with providing this lifestyle to her child based on this child's illness. There was more than just a Munchausen. And so when you're in
I love how all these people are giving like diagnoses of people that are fucking dead. She got Munchausen, she got this, all this shit, but they're fucking dead, bro. You cannot tell me about somebody after they're dead. It's a little stupid. People forget how to use their fucking brains sometimes. Like, that's crazy, bro. Just to go off of like past stupid ass fucking reports of going to the doctor, like you can somehow fucking say somebody has Munchausen after they're dead. Nobody gets an excuse to kill people unless your life is in danger when you kill them. If you are old enough to move out of that house, you cannot get away with killing your mother. But you'll see these YouTubers get up here and say, yes, this, and this. Yeah, all this stuff, man. I mean, how do you have proof of all this? Is there proof of all of this? I'm sure there is if it was in trial. How many times did she actually go to fucking to the doctor? But how much was that brung out in trial? See, there's a lot I got to go figure out here, but I'm not scared of it. She was not diagnosed. Gypsy used that as her defense. Her mother was never diagnosed with that. Ain't much of a defense if she wasn't diagnosed then. Sounds like Gypsy was fucking crazy. Sending nudes to her fucking dad. What? Facts, native. Yeah, she didn't go to trial. So there's no proof of it then, right? You cannot believe me. You cannot tell me that you're up here trying to act like she had all these sicknesses and there is no proof of them. We have the FOIA docs. Okay. Yeah, I believe old Gypsy's a nut job.
Environment where crime is occurring, there is culpability. Is all I'm saying. I'm not.
Thank you,
I
Pablo.
don't want to cloud the woman or taint her reputation or anything like that. I don't speak ill of the dead for whatever. But when you're talking and I'm hearing it, I feel that there's a tilt there more towards the daughter. And to me, that's the part that is fraught with real problems, because she's an innocent, a clean slate up until she does this and starts taking on her role as a crime, like acting sick or tilting her head and playing down or not answering quite whatever she was, that she was the partner in crime to the mother that she got involved with. But that requires training, and up until that point she was the clean slate of a child that deserves more accordance of innocence because of her child state than the mother is. And that seems the natural tilt.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Good.
So I believe that there is a tilt when it comes to Dee Dee.
Oh, you need to get to the hospital, Cherokee. Don't donate to me. Get to the hospital, baby. Yeah. Prayers, man. What's up with all my peeps getting sick, man? Prayers. Prayers up, man. Into the Weeds is one of the ones that I have been watching a little bit. So everything she had done was medically necessary. So it wasn't fake. Hello?
She was raked over the coals, and it was wrong
Hello?
because of all the new stuff that came out. So we're trying to, I'm going to speak for myself, trying to correct that.
Shout out to my girl Lily in the chat with her famous 420 donation. She said, make 'em mad. Make 'em mad. Love y'all. We love y'all too, Lily. No goal today. No goal. Just me, you, and us, guys.
By saying, wait, some of the stuff that she was accused of was, in fact, there's legitimate elements here. There wasn't a Munchausen by proxy. She dedicated her life to saving her daughter's life. She made her daughter number one. Her daughter will tell you that. Her daughter said the worst thing, I mean, before Gypsy started lying, seriously, the worst thing she said before she needed her defense, even when she was in jail, before the defense came up with the Munchausen by proxy, she said the worst thing was that her mom made her the center of her universe. But in the meantime, she says that she exaggerated ailments to keep her mom's attention. So let me ask you this, the question.
Yeah.
That's all could be true,
wait.
Toddie. That's all could be true. 15 things can be true at once. I know it's hard to believe, like other things can't be true and one thing can't be false. Both things can be true. Hello? Duh.
Wait, do you think, wait. Do you think, because you said, we're going to give her this because
Now
of
you
the
need to
child's
go,
innocence,
yo.
the child's innocence. Do you think every child coming into this world is a good person just from birth?
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely, Toddie. What? Does she not think so? I hope she thinks so.
tabula rasa. They are a clean slate. They learn from their environment and the stimuli around them, not necessarily, something that's going to come out of them inherently, or some other thing that they're bringing into the world is a viable thing that you could put on someone. There may be genetic inclinations. There may be, all sorts of propensities that the body has to gain fat or gain muscle or higher metabolism. Those are some of the things that you're bringing to the table. But emotionally, clean slate. Mentally, you're a clean slate. You learn from your environment. And
so you don't believe in a bad seed?
No, absolutely. I don't. Well, I don't practice that at all. But my
is bullshit. She just literally is taking the side of believing in a bad seed and holds church every weekend. Bible says all children are innocent. The Bible says all children are innocent. They're not born evil. And if you believe that, then you're just ignorant. You just are, man. You're just one of those people that are just conspiracy theory. And I can't stand it. I can't. I really can't, man. No, you ain't born bad, dude. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That we are all born innocent. We know nothing until we're taught that. Yeah, that's all I'm doing too, kind of Strawberry. I might start playing some other vids
is
and
that
shit
when it
of
comes to
people.
her, she went very bad. She went bad beyond expectations, and if you using the term to be dramatic, became evil as a result of this. I'm not going to at all say the mother is responsible for that. A lot of that is the choices that the daughter
because you don't
made.
think Dee Dee's
Because then you're
responsible.
blaming the woman for her own death, and you can't.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. That's what
Yeah, I mean,
because
of
you
course
said that this had something to do with her death, where I stopped myself, but I wanted to remember.
Hey, look,
what
I come
what
from
you
people who throw
implied
you a
was-
beating and then ask you, what did you do wrong?
What
After they
that-
throw you the beating. When you were a kid, that's the way they were. So I understand that very much. But when it comes to this, it seems as if the whatever
what
it
the
was
problem
that
is?
the mother was doing was providing the environment.
She don't have any kids. That's what the problem is. Toddie don't have any children. Yeah, she don't have any children. This is from D Jen's channel, y'all. Here's his link, man. Make sure you guys go hit him up.
Environment to the degree that crimes were occurring, and the daughter herself went off the deep edge and became what you would call evil. She became murderous. She was involved with matricide, one of the greatest crimes on earth. Because the Divine Mother is something to be respected no matter where you are. One of the great crimes I feel is when I see the news and the bombings and everything, and the mothers that are suffering this, it breaks. There's no. So I give a chord to Dee Dee Claudine Blanchard. I see her as a divine mother. Yes, she was doing everything she can.
This is like getting nowhere. This is like getting nowhere, y'all. Just nowhere. What is this shit?
Yes, she had a sense that there was something else wrong with her child that the doctors weren't getting at.
I'm gonna do this
turned out to be the
for
case.
y'all.
Yes, all that is the case. Does that
What
change
the fuck?
what she did that would have provided the environment and continued the kinds of things that she did before she had a child? She was deceitful apparently before she had a child.
I don't know. I don't know about.
How the fuck is she deceitful before she has a child? How do you know that, bro? I can't with these people. I just can't. I can't, man. What the fuck, bro? I'm going to be a thorn in some sides, I guess. I don't know. Maybe people aren't going to like me, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a damn. The truth is the truth, bro. Like, how can you don't know this? The woman's dead, bro. No one even started looking into Dee Dee until after she was dead. Shut the fuck up. Oh, this is horrible, bro. This is like. This is why our fucking views are dropping right here.
That I don't.
I just remember that from the record.
No. But wait a minute. I don't know if that was before, so I can't speak on that. I don't know.
Before the child's birth.
I don't
You know what it is, true? And I'm going to tell you this, too. I don't even follow the Gypsy Rose community, but her murdering her mama, that's just becoming old fucking news, dude. Like, that was news 15 years ago. And, like, here you are still talking about it to this day, like, holding podcasts to talk about Gypsy still. Like, she's literally trying to become a creator and doing other ventures that you could be following and that you could be creating content from, Toddie. But you're not. You're not. Bad Gypsy. Bad Gypsy. That's all you ever do. All you ever do. That's all you ever do.
I don't know if it was before. I don't remember. There's so much stuff, but I know
Okay,
there's
you
some
know,
bad
yeah.
stuff.
So,
Bad,
you know, again,
fuck
not
bad
trying to
Gypsy's bad, dude. She murdered her mother or took part in the murdering of her mother. Like, you don't do anything to harm your mother. And if you're at an age where you could do something about it and get yourself away from that situation, there's no excuse. Nah, there's not one in the world. Not one excuse in the world could you use for murdering your mother. You could tell the world all this bullshit all you want, but I don't believe any of it. Because people lie. People lie. Yeah, she just wants the drama. We're here for that too.
You have to
I'm
consider,
here
you know,
for that
and I'm
too.
sure it's an academic case
I
study.
ain't no lie.
To
I'm
take
here
the
for
time
that
to look
too.
at it as a behavioral event in a sociological way. That there is, you know, a very gray area there, a very painful area there, where the mother, to some degree, provided an environment that led to her own death. And how did you do that?
I'm not going
Feeding
to.
a child, you know, feeding the bad wolf.
You don't know that though. There's no way of you proving that. It's unreal, bro. Only Gypsy says that. Only the dude that murdered her says that. But if you was to have Dee Dee speaking right now, what would she say? She'd probably say, I was great to my daughter. What are you talking about? What? A flip flopper.
And the child that became murderous and had murderous intent. You know, and where did that come from? You know,
Yeah.
the influences on the internet. You know, could we do that like they did back in the 80s and 90s? She was listening to rap music and heard, you know, you screw your mother, screw your daddy, or whatever it is, and she went off the deep end. Are there any number of influences?
Honey, buddy, it was doing it before rap music. And those are just dumb, stupid blames. People get crazy and hurt people because they get crazy or they want to hurt people. Yeah. People go crazy or they just want to hurt people. Because the act of actually taking someone's life, it's so evil in its own right that most people couldn't go to that brink. They just couldn't. They don't have it in them.
We can point to? Sure, that is a case study. It's an academic
So
research
most people
project.
go
Trying to
crazy.
get at what this
or
person was.
they
And
just
hopefully we
want
also
to hurt
include interviews
people.
with her and even interviews post the subject matter to get at what was thinking, what was the motivation, what was the feeling, what was she going on with her.
She
But
doesn't
first-
tell the truth about anything.
Right,
doesn't
I'm not going to make Claudine out to be a saint. Doing the
Nobody's
right
trying
thing
to
for
make her
her
out to be a saint.
Okay,
And I'm not
so-
trying to make her out to be a saint. But I'm saying that Gypsy is much more responsible, in my opinion. I mean, Dee Dee was
Well,
trying to
no, she
provide.
was-
I'm not
she
saying,
was
okay, so
the
you can't
least-
cut me off when I start talking
I'm saying,
either.
without a doubt.
Yeah, but you're cutting me off.
I didn't mean to.
Like, it's supposed to be an argument, Toddie, right? Isn't that the name of the channel? The argument? We can't have an argument if you're crying about me cutting you off. That's not an argument. Is that an argument? Doesn't seem like an argument to me. Sounds like you telling him what to do. God, I wouldn't. You know, how you treat people on your channel is very reflective. It is. I'm glad we got electricity.
I was
Okay, so
I waited for the timely pause and jumped on top of it.
I didn't do that.
I know.
So
Well, you've been very good. I'm impressed.
you're taking advantage of it. That's why I jump on them, guys. Now you know why. I'll go on and on and on. But we're gonna play it this way. We'll play it this way this time.
Okay,
So-
you're saying bad things about me. I'm not going to go on.
Right in front of your face, mate. You're right here. So the problem with what you're saying, in my opinion, is that you hold, I think,
Yeah, I have a better opinion about myself than to ever appear anywhere where Toddie is. Yeah, you can't say kids are born evil and then go to church every weekend trying to grift from it.
too much. Gypsy was over 20. She was like 23 years old when she committed the crime. Okay, with Nick.
Yep.
Okay, she could have left 5 years ago. She could have left
Yep.
5 years before.
Yep.
So Gypsy could have left any time after 18. Shit,
Yep.
she did leave plenty of times to go see people, to go
Yep.
hook up with a man who was much older than her.
But what does that
Yep.
say to you?
That says to me that she could have left any time she wanted to. She certainly didn't have to unalive her mom. Absolutely no reason. And she had her own free will. She had her own free will with her own mind. And I do believe.
We
I do
all
believe in
have
bad
our own free will, but you just said bad seed.
seed. So you and I just be
You do believe in bad seed, but that's such hypocrisy. Does she read out of the same Bible as most Christians read out of? I'm starting to question this whole thing about her now. I can't help it, chat. But if you're up here saying that people are going over to your church stream and there's hate crimes going on, and you're not even being a church person, like so to say, this is why I don't go to church now. Because y'all are just all hypocrites. Over here arguing, saying you believe in a bad seed, but on Sunday, you go worship Jesus Christ. Nowhere in the Bible does it ever say that a kid's a bad seed. All children are innocent. They're innocent until, like, I don't know what the age of the Bible says, but to hear a preacher or a translator, it would be somewhere around 12 to 13 years old is when the maturity of a child starts to kind of make its own decisions and should be able to make its own decisions. But that's still only based on how you're taught as a child. Like, obviously, she didn't have a grip on Gypsy because Gypsy was out doing whatever the fuck she wanted to as a child. And that's just the way it is. Like, for real. Like, that's all it sounds like. Sounds like Gypsy just did what the fuck she wanted to as a child. And then they came back, murdered her fucking mom. Probably because she didn't like who she was with. And as adults and as parents, we're gonna have judgments on the people that our kids are with. Absolutely you will. Now, if you let that judgment fuck their relationship up, that's not cool. I feel like you should stay out of your children's relationships, especially after 20 years old. You know? Stay the fuck out of it. Unless someone is beating on my kids, I don't want involved in their relationships. Don't call me when you're mad at them. Because I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to listen to me. You're going to go back to them. And then I'm going to be hated by that person. You know? And then it's not going to be good for the whole family. So keep me out your fights. That's the way I've always been. Call dad when they start to hurt you, Come love me when you need your will heart rubbed. If you need a hug, come see dad. You know? but I don't want to be involved in it. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong for the in-laws to be involved in all of the fighting and arguing and shit, you know? Now, if they're beating on you, yeah, call me. Gypsy killed her mom over some Peter. Becca Scoops, I think she's the other one I've been watching as well. Shout out to those ladies. You know? Straight
Because
up.
you don't believe it doesn't mean
I
it's
ain't
not true. And just
with
because I do believe it doesn't make it true as well. So we're not going to agree
Not
there.
with
Let's get at it. For 5 years, she could have left as an adult of legal age, and she doesn't. Why doesn't she do that? It's not because she's a bad seed. A bad seed would want to get out and get away from anyone else, right? They'd want to go out and do bad
No,
things.
first they'd have to be able to make it in this world. They'd have to be able to make it in this world. So her mother was doing everything for her.
A bad seed would have already offered her before 23. Well, wait. You bad seed could do it anytime.
On the street that they do everything
That's
in this world too. It's not a corporate adventure. She's not
It
going to get a
sounds
job.
stupid.
Clearly, she was involved with her mother to the degree that she didn't want to leave her. Maybe her mother.
She supposedly loved her mother until she needed this alibi.
That's what I say. That's the only thing I say with Toddie right there.
During that 5 years.
All that shit about her mama being some horrible person and shit, I don't believe it. It only come out like that after she went and got arrested for it. That's it. That's all shit. Got some in my fucking eye. Gypsy Rose killed her mama, and she had every chance not to. Facts. The Gypsy verse doesn't want or need Toddie. They definitely don't need her. They definitely don't need her. Yeah. Yeah, who doesn't? You know, Cherokee? As parents, we will have our judgments. We will. I judge the people my children are with right now. But I don't let it be seen, known. You know, it's part of minding my own business. It's what doing time taught me. The first thing was minding your own business and patience. When I had to do my prison terms and shit, I had to learn to have a lot of patience, because inside them walls, you go a lot of places, but you don't go fast. They'll tell you to get ready to be moved, and you'll move 2 days later. Yeah. You be all ready, and you just be waiting. And mind your own business. No community needs a pedo pusher. Yeah, I know with all that. I don't want nothing to do with that. Yeah, you don't have to be here to bash Toddie. It's okay, Cloud. We don't need you to do that.
Enough to go.
Just be
I don't want to kill my mother.
Just have your own brain, you know.
Is damaged somewheres to the 18 years that led to that point.
She would have. Her
There's
mother was
a
taking.
relationship there between what choices that woman made for the 5 years that she could have gotten up and left, and the relationship she had with her mother, and whatever.
Why did Gypsy get on the stand if she took a plea? Yeah, Gypsy's a fucking. She's a nut job.
That existed between them.
She was born that way.
They were a happy partnership for 4 of those 5 years, and then it went bad because she started.
Well, that's what we're trying to find out. What happened? That's what.
No, she was born not a bad seed. She was just born with some challenges. You know, that's all that is. It's not a bad seed. Are you saying that a kid born with some challenges is just like a throwaway? God, Toddie. Amazing, man. Taught her as a witness in Nick's trial.
But listen, that's what we're trying to find out. What happened there? But there's videos. Well, wait, stop. There's videos that we have seen of Dee. None of these videos shows any nastiness to Dee, and it shows nothing that Gypsy's afraid of with her mother. You know,
during the 18 to 23 period. Now, this is during her adult life. Did they have a relationship?
Well, yeah, I mean, during her adult life, yeah. I mean, yeah. And
Gypsy, how many years of those 5 years was she in the wheelchair?
Well, Gypsy was in the wheelchair the whole time. As a matter of
I don't believe it's a bad seed. I just believe she was born with some challenges, like a lot of children are. And it's up to the parents to love that child. My children gratefully were born okay. So I've not dealt with that subject, you know, but it's definitely on the parent to kind of shift on the parenting of a child that's born that way. And you can definitely see that Gypsy's not up to par with other humans, right? I mean, it's not. I mean, if you can't see that, you might be up to par with Gypsy. Yeah. Yeah, she's still making money off her mother's death. It's launched her fucking stardom. It's launched her stardom.
fact, a couple days before,
That's a
like
fact.
48 hours before the unaliving takes place, her mother is pushing her in a hospital in her wheelchair and Gypsy's sitting crisscross applesauce.
But doesn't
Like,
that speak to them keeping up the grift together as a team?
No, because something actually had to happen. They actually had an appointment at that hospital. I think they were going to, there was something at the hospital that they were legitimately doing. I don't know if it had to do with their feeding tube or Gypsy thought that there was some procedure that was done at the hospital that was legitimate. All of the procedures seem to be legitimate now. They seem to all be, there was a reason for them. There wasn't any that there wasn't, all the surgeries. The 40, he said there was 40, there was four. There was four.
The questions I believe earlier were that the mother was able to influence the doctors to do surgeries, and that's something that's a medical case review that doctors really need to sit down and tell us. And according to the court record,
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
And they found the mother culpable of Munchausen's to the degree.
You can't die.
No, you can't diagnose her after she's dead, bro. Come on now, Jesus.
A dead person with Munchausen. You can't.
No, man.
And they didn't. It
No.
was the lawyer. It was the lawyer.
But they cut Gypsy Rose a deal based on these principles that the doctor had revealed.
They cut Gypsy Rose a deal because she got on the stand for the other guy, right? Apparently. And it's a deal. They don't have to go to work. They don't have to be in court every day putting on a fucking goddamn a trial, The DAs love when you take a deal. That cuts off fucking months of their time. Hell yeah. Everybody gets offered a deal, guys. Everybody. Even the worst murderer on the planets get offered deals. Unless you're people like Timothy McVeigh and shit. And there's just nothing they're going to do for you but the death penalty. But, come on, man. That's not why they take deals, y'all. That's not the you're not able to go to the prosecutor and say, well, we got all this stuff about her mom being Munchausen and all this stuff. You're only going to allow to do discovery, all the evidence that's weighed against you, what you're going to bring to the table. If you take the deal, it's because you think you're going to lose. What are you talking about? Are we even a fool here? What are we even talking about? If you take a deal, it's because you think your guilty ass is going to lose. Because if you didn't do it, you don't take the deal.
It had to be something. You're saying
there
that
was a re-election of the DA, Dan Patterson.
Yeah, but nobody gives away a crime like that. I mean,
yeah, they didn't give it away. Nick took it. Remember Nick? Nick's
yeah,
doing
of course
life.
he took it. But
He's doing life.
You clearly have the daughter as a part of this crime.
Yeah.
And
she got a fucking deal because she took the stand, yo. What are we talking about here? You get the deal, you take the stand. They do it with the women in every one of these kind of cases. The women automatically get the deal. The dude gets fucking railroaded. Are we serious here? She got on the stand against her co-defendant, and we wonder why she got a deal? Gypsy would go away. I see her creating content, doesn't she? What platform is she on? TikTok? Let me guess. TikTok, right?
Missouri, we talked about this once already, completely dropped the ball as far as getting at the truth. they wanted to just settle a case, and a lot of legal jurisdictions do that.
They didn't settle a case. They put the old boy to life. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like what?
95% of cases are settled outside of a courtroom. You don't actually make it in the courtroom. And
yeah, because people are guilty. People be guilty, man. If I'm facing 50 years and you offer me 10 to 5, and I know if I'm going to lose in trial, what do you think I'm going to do? Because up here, I know I've done it, right? People take deals because guess what? They're guilty. Man, I don't know if they felt like maybe not. There probably was a deal, and like she probably got a good deal because she took the stand on her own co-defendant. He got life, y'all. Somebody had to pay the price for this. And too bad it wasn't her. What's up, pretty bird? Yeah, she got a deal. Probably more than that too. You're right. I mean, you got to figure one of these people is doing life in prison. She got justice for this shit somewhere. Nah, Gypsy wouldn't die off. Not if she's on social media. She'll just keep putting out shit. She will. No doubt.
The court's being
What's up,
buried
CG?
under the 5% that's out there is.
Well, Gypsy took a plea deal.
I know she did, but I'm saying, nonetheless, the reason why she took a plea deal is because that's the order of business. Plea deals are the order of business. 95% of people in jail are in jail because of pleas they took, not because they actually got adjudicated in front
I'm
of the
learning,
judge.
pretty bird. I know.
Well, they're
I
not
know.
in jail because
like,
of that. They're in jail because of a
gist of it,
crime. They might
but
get
I
off with a
haven't done
conviction that
any
was
deep
less than because of
diving
a
yet.
plea deal.
Right, but the prosecutor's office
But we
deals
going
by
to now.
getting people to accept their culpability.
I know.
To admit their guilt. You know, they give you the high ball and the low ball, just like a sales pitch. And the
We
low
can
ball
have a
is
whole argument about.
Thank you, Betty Davis Eyes. We appreciate you, baby. Much love from Betty Davis Eyes. Mwah.
Right now, 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 right now.
Yeah, Gypsy going to hell. Gypsy's going to hell, bro. Because the fact is, she took a plea deal and she still isn't owning up to the fact that she killed her mama. Like she can now get it all off her chest, right? Correct? And just say, hey, I did it. My mom was gone because of me. But still find something else to blame for it. It's kind of wild to me. Jokes about it. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Go take the stand on Nick. We'll give you open plea. That happens in court all the time. All of the time. As long as somebody in that gets hit for it, they don't care if they let her go. And that's the sad part about our system. Nick believes he did it. Then that means she did it too. No, there's no way you praise somebody that's killed your own mother, man.
Dad, I don't know that they're working on the side of
No way, Jose.
No, I think the article morality is very long on this one.
I mean,
got
just
a
like
great
next. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
But with
I
all
know-
these perfect storm elements, though, I still try to find some balance and give the daughter some
They hate
credit
Gypsy more
as a
than the
human
truth.
being born with a
That's
blank
sad.
slate
That's
that
so
was in an
sad,
environment that
dude.
went bad. That
Like to hate somebody more than just putting out the truth. That's the same thing they kind of did with the Whittakers too. They started doing that shit with the fucking creators of the Whittakers. Well, she did. She and the other one. And they're both conspiracy theorists. Both of them. Both of them will take a story and shoot it off into outer space, y'all. Show all of their mental health illnesses. I'm just being honest. It shows like your craziness, man. It really
made her
does.
turn, murderous.
Take it to
I
like
see that
other
the trigger
weird
was
shit.
there.
you know that. So let me just tell you that she did try to unalive her mom 2 times before at her own hand. One time was with a BB gun, or a pellet gun, I should say, a pellet.
Can't unalive nobody with a pellet gun, guys. How do we do this, Toddie? How do we unalive her with a pellet gun? Pellet gun barely breaks the skin. Toddie's tried to make herself part of this story, is what she's done. And it's kind of obvious to see now. Like she's literally tried to make herself part of every story that she talks about. She was in fucking witness protection program just to sound like she's part of a victim unit or something, or some victim, like she's a victim of something. Like, shut up. Prove me. You don't act like you've ever been a part of the fucking witness protection program. You're putting out movies with your name in them. You're putting out fucking you got a big sign in front of you with your phone number on it. Come on, man, with the jokes. But you still can't. Like, she thought it was a real gun.
Gun. Where she and Dee Dee went to the hospital, and Dee Dee said that it was in the Walmart parking lot, and it was other people. It was, she didn't tell on her daughter, but actually somebody just showed the emergency room reports they showed where Dee Dee was shot and stuff. Like they had the actual reports where they showed how many times she was shot and where. So see, Gypsy had this in her for a while, and then the other time had to do
on a BB gun. That's something without a doubt. But
pellet gun, apparently a pellet gun. Yeah, doesn't matter. She thought it was real. She said that. She said she unloaded it, and she didn't realize that. Yeah.
People that have a pellet gun in their hands know
why
if
didn't
the
she just
gun's
leave?
real or not,
that
guys.
is the question because
You don't. It doesn't
you
take a rocket
think that if
science.
somebody actually has evil in their heart and they are criminal, they'd be out there doing evil and criminal. But here's
I think that they are. I think that they are.
But she's saying here, at home with her mother, she's still involved in a relationship, and she gets into this tussle because a lot.
Chat. Anybody that has a BB gun in their hand knows if it's a real gun or not. For one, you don't even know how to shoot a real gun if you don't know that BB gun's not a real gun. So how did you even figure out how to like? Come on, dude. This shit is just like so fucking narrative switching. It's pitiful. Oh, she didn't know it was a real gun. She thought it was a real gun. No, she didn't, man. Like, do you believe that you can pick up a BB gun, never holding a gun before, Learn how to fire it and start shooting it, and not know that it's a real gun or not. Like, I think you would know. Think you would know. You would know. Out the gate, you would know. Absolutely. CO2, all that stupid shit. Yeah, I don't know why she would ever shoot her mom. But damn. No, I really haven't seen all of that. But I'm probably going to. After the first shot, you know it wasn't real. And she's got shot, what, 37 times? Wanted her dead. Could be, man. Could be. I'm just saying, I'm pointing out the fact that you would know if it's a real gun or not. Why would you point it at your mother is a whole different subject. It's a little bit fucking
This
cuckoo.
generation, kids stay home till they're 30.
Gypsy's not all there, bro.
For whatever reason, the tussle, because, she's trying to have independence and have her own voice as an adult. And, she doesn't always want to play the role or whatever it was.
But her mom's not squashing that, because there's plenty of like videos and such now that show that Gypsy had a lot of autonomy.
She did have lots of autonomy. Okay. Some of that she made for herself, though, after her mother went to bed, right?
Or when her mother went out or when her mother went out shopping. Like, she's put out there so many videos, some at the day, most of the daytime, really, to be honest with you. So she wasn't under lock and key like she would have us believe now.
But during the daytime when Dee Dee's there, she has her, stay away from the windows or whatever it is, so people can't look and see that she's walking around, and tells her to go back to her chair, whatever the drama was that existed between. I just think there's some mother-daughter tussle going on between them for them to.
Yeah, the Walmart pellet guns are even worse looking than real guns. Like, I'm just being serious. If it was from Walmart, then you know it's a fake gun. Or it's at least a pellet gun. You would know it was a pellet gun. Why you would continue to shoot your mother a bunch of times with a pellet gun, I don't know. I would never harm my mother. I wouldn't even slap a flea off of my mama. She was my favorite woman in the world. Yep. I'm being dead serious. Especially at the time of her passing. We became very, very close again. After I had kids and stuff, started having kids and stuff, I have my own family to raise. But when it come time for her to need me again the most, we bonded like never before. And it was a lot of fun.
That 5 years. It's not because of criminal intent. Criminal intent develops out of that.
Hi, Cherokee. Hi, Hi, Elcat.
Well, everybody has problems with family. I don't want to get into that, but we all have problems with family. Like, I mean, you and me were button heads and stuff, but the thing is that it's gone beyond that. I can see where, regardless of how a parent treats us, we still want love from that parent. Yes. So, right. Regardless of,
there's so much.
Well, some do and some don't. Some do and some don't. Yeah, toys I think have to have the orange thing. Anything that has CO2, they don't have to have that orange thing. Pellets are not BBs, same thing. They just got a point on them. They don't go in any harder, guys. They still fly through the air at the same speed. They still hit you at the same speed. That point's just to like scare you a little bit. It might help you kill a squirrel a little bit better if you got a strong enough powered weapon. But I don't know. I don't know. Becca has a good video on the whole gun incident. Okay, bet.
regardless of how
We're gonna have to go down a whole rabbit hole then, aren't we? Hey, I didn't do this. This is Toddie's fucking fault. This is Toddie's fault, y'all. She grabbed me by the collar and said, AD, I think you'd be great over here speaking on the Gypsy Rose case. It's okay, Toddie. I hate to, because I'm going to have to expose you. But
So much that we want love for parents. What we
Here
really
we
want
go.
from our parents is for them to show up for us. And that's where Dee Dee was in a relationship with her daughter. She was showing up for her daughter. And Gypsy, to whatever degree, must have kept showing up to Dee Dee's standard until she couldn't, until she had to veer and express her own.
Yeah, I
thing.
don't like that terminology. Until she couldn't, because it was forced upon her, is the way I'm taking that, and I'm not agreeing with that.
Well, I say
The way
couldn't,
your
meaning
verbiage
she
is-
Gypsy personally couldn't deal with it anymore and wouldn't do it. Wouldn't. And she hit her own boundary. And clearly there are layers of narcissism and borderline personality potential language that you can apply to all of this. And what we really want from our parents is just be there for us. I know you love me. You love is such a.
But her mother was there all the time. But that goes against what.
Get them to be there for us.
Yeah, but she was there and then some for her. As a matter of fact, Gypsy said out of her own mouth, like, this isn't something I read. This is something I watched and heard her say, that her mother made her her entire universe. All she had to do was exist.
And so you see that as something bad in Gypsy? I mean, maybe that's also something she doesn't know how to process.
Yeah, hey, dude, there was a lot of things my mama said to me that I didn't like, but you know what? Shit. 99% of that shit was a fucking correct. Her wisdom shined through. There was a lot of things my mother said that I was like, fuck that. Should have listened. A lot of things. Wasn't worth killing her over, though. Like, if she has no care in the world about killing her mother, she's going to hell. Yeah, she's got her own chiseled out. They'll probably hang her in one of those like bird nests for humans. And then Satan will sit and whoop her ass for eternity with this big long whip. Satan, this big devil, probably. He's probably going to fucking destroy Gypsy Rose down there. Whooping her for eternity, man. Nah, you can't kill your mama and then walk all over the planet, monetizing the fuck out of it, not taking no accountability for it. God gives us the opportunity for accountability. And when you took that plea bargain, that was your opportunity, Gypsy. But you decided not to even care, and you decided to keep going on with the lie. Like a lot of narcissists do, Yeah, like a lot of narcissists do. Have a good one, for friends.
How do you process it? You see,
No, I was showing you who Dee Dee was. Wait. I wasn't showing you who Gypsy was. I was showing you who Dee.
You just butted in on him. Wait, Toddie, you just literally butted in on him. You were like, wait. That isn't very nice. Didn't you get on him for that? That's right. Rules for thee, not for me. I could do this all day with you. All freaking day. Wow.
He was, by Gypsy's own words.
I get that, but
Okay.
you're Gypsy's formulating the words. So she's seeing something that she may not know how to process. She's expressing something that she emotionally can't factor because she looks around and she sees other people and they have multiple people in their worlds. But here's her mother who's made her the sole figure in her world. So how do you process that? And maybe that it becomes antithetical. It becomes an angry point. She becomes a source. Now, every time I see my mother, I have rage for her because as much as she loves me and as much as she's there for me, she's also the source of my problems. She's the
Wait a
source
minute.
of-
Whoa. Why isn't her dad the source? Wait a minute. Why isn't her dad the source of the problems? The guy that didn't
What's
show
that
up.
picture?
Wait, let me finish. Who didn't show up, but who was busy raising a family somewhere else? Who knew? Now we know he knew where she was the whole time because there's emails where Gypsy's texting or emailing and saying that her mom had to have gallbladder surgery, I think it was, and everybody was wishing her well, including the stepmom, who now has nothing nice to say about Dee Dee. Oh, tell Mama Dee Dee we wish her well. And even Rod, the dad, after Gypsy gets arrested, Rod said, your mom was a good mama and she was a really good wife and a good mama. Too bad she just didn't want to let you see boys. That's what he had said in a recording.
All right, so there is culpability that goes to the father, without a doubt. But he's not in the picture, so he's not part of.
But if you're making if you're making Dee Dee responsible for Gypsy, then you've got to make the absence of the man in her life who was raising another family, who absolutely, and I'm not doing this to shame Gypsy, it's all over the internet. I'm doing this just to prove, to bring more to my case in the argument here, that Gypsy sent inappropriate photos to her dad. And And that's a big thing going on. Like, that's huge. So I don't want to ignore her dad's absence while we're talking here. I know that we're talking about Dee Dee, but you're saying because of A, B, C, and D. And I'm saying, no, that's not the whole of Gypsy. The whole of Gypsy is A through Z, and Rod is in there. And he needs to be included.
Yeah, well, he does need to be included. But again, he's outside the bubble of what's happening in the moment. In the moment, it's the mother and daughter, the framework that exists there.
Yep. That it don't matter. If he's not in her life, he don't matter. My dad was never in my life, and I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. I don't know. I'm wondering that too, Cherokee, but she gets all bent out of shape.
The daughter is lesser. The mother is greater. She's older. The daughter doesn't understand. How does the mother make me the sole figure of her world when everybody else has other people in their worlds and they know how to live in their worlds? How does my, and maybe she's angry at that. Maybe there's some other dynamic there. I don't know. I'm just saying there's a process that maybe Gypsy didn't know how to handle. The fact that she was this, the gravity of her mother's presence was making her the sole center of it. And maybe there's some culpability that goes both ways without a doubt. Again, it's an academic exercise.
And reaching
degree, the father's not in the picture, so he doesn't have.
But let's make it clear so people don't.
Way too far, dude. Way too far. Because, see, I'm a more shoot from the hip kind of guy. And I believe once you're that age, you take all responsibility for your actions. Yeah.
Think you're heartless. Let's make it clear. Let's make it clear. Let's make it clear so that people don't think you're heartless. You don't think Dee Dee has any culpability in her death.
Of course not. No.
Okay, make that clear. Because the last statement could be taken that way. That's why
it's an exercise for academic study. It's so nebulous to get at what motivations or what the behaviors were, to get at the truth. God knows there's so much fiction coming from Gypsy and
all the big words, all the fucking stupid shit, dude. That don't excite me. It don't. It doesn't. It just doesn't excite me. Most people don't give a damn about these words, all the big words. Let's talk about it like this. Say all these big fucking trigger words, and nah, man, people don't talk like that. I'm like you guys. I'm like y'all. I'm gonna talk just like y'all, and I might even speak and cuss a little more than you. But I'm a normal human being, y'all, and I'm not up here to give you this big act like I'm some true crime detective.
And misinformation from other things, and then there was a fictional thing that they did for Lifetime or whatever TV station that was. There's a morass there to get it, but it is a source that it would be valuable to understand. How does a daughter kill her mother? What are the elements that go?
Well, if you ask Gypsy, she says you get an autistic guy to do it for you.
Well, that's what she says.
Not to laugh at that, but
see, it's not even what she says. I mean, how shitty do you have to be of a person to come up here and make a joke about it after sitting here trying to be all serious about it? How shitty of a person? You get some autistic guy to do it. Thank you. This was done by D-Gen. This video was. Y'all go over there and make sure you give him a sub too. Here's his link in the chat. This video is from D-Gen. Thank you. You do. We're doing our due.
Right now, 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 right now.
Yes.
I'm in a mother.
Thank you. You do.
You know.
All right, well, I know that's true, but and not to be morbid on camera, but I'm in the middle of a mother-daughter situation now. I could say.
Are you the mother or the daughter?
No, I'm trying to give care to someone older who is in a relationship, who's out of a relationship, who is her daughter.
Don't get too personal here.
No,
please.
of course not. And I see that dynamic. Now, the one wants to hate the other, and the other is just hurt by the other. So maybe when
I said, there is.
Maybe when Dee Dee expressed hurt.
Did you just hear her? Like I said, they're evil. This bitch don't have kids. Gypsy got herp. Do we know that? Dee killed her own mother? Holy shit. No, I appreciate you, Brandy. Thank you. I didn't like this wasn't the lane I was gonna go down. But since you throw me right off in the middle of it and I start meeting people that deal with it, then I shall then. I shall. Shout out to Harry Knuckles. Thank you for the GRB attention. We appreciate you, Brandy. Shout out to Harry Knuckles, new locale of the year. Brandy gonna be mad. We giving out new awards this year, baby. New.
Right now, 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 right now.
All right, I got y'all. We need that one time. Mm. We got the big moo on the screen. Moo moo. Mm. Don't worry, guys. We'll be going over all the truth. Don't worry. We'll be going over all the truth.
Gypsy was doing this or doing that or defying her this way or saying this or doing, and maybe when she expressed that would be crushing. And Gypsy wouldn't know how to process that. Would be crushing for both of them. And it creates distance. But instead, Gypsy turns it into a murderous affair. That is on her. But did the state of Missouri
I'm not so far as to I'm not anti-Gypsy because I believe people can change, and I believe people, should be given the opportunity to change. But has she? Has she? Before you can change, I think you need to accept accountability. That would be the very first part of any type of change that should happen in your life. Right? Any type of change that you do, you have to first accept accountability for the things that you need to change. Then the question is, how many chances do you get? How many opportunities do people want to give you to change? That's a fact, CG. I know. That's why I'm coming into it like I am. It's it's not that I'm not an anti either, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if you murder your mama, I don't really have much good to say about you. But are you going to change? Are you going to change? That's just the biggest thing. I think, I was given opportunity after opportunity to change, and I finally did. Sometimes it's a bit too late, too. Sometimes it's a bit too late.
Her the full responsibility of that? No, and clearly she should have gotten some of that. Even if she didn't recognize, she manipulated the person who did, and clearly he's someone who's caught in his own.
She's going to do it again,
and those buttons are pressed. But there are elements there that definitely, in my opinion, shouldn't be washed over. That Gypsy was the lesser of the two. She was the junior partner in crime up until the point where she committed her own crime.
Okay.
Fair?
Oh, she's a racist.
Yeah, fair.
Too, huh?
Except
great. That's even worse.
I'll go there with you. I have what we did do was why didn't she leave 5 years before? She knew her age. That's a huge thing because she was born in 1991. The crime occurred in 2015.
I could only imagine when she turned 18, she may not even know she was 18.
No,
Right?
I'm not
Big
buying
games with her
that.
age.
She knew.
Oh, fucking shit, man. This is the shit that, like, what? Yeah, but like killing your mama just for a boyfriend at that age is wild.
Knew how old she was. She knew how old.
Maybe I don't know, but maybe she didn't have it factored. For me, when I turned 16, that was a huge thing. I was looking forward to that. But maybe for this daughter and mother situation, it was something that was suppressed, and she was better. She was better at playing ignoring her own age.
So now we're just up here hypothetically speaking about anything and everything and conspiring about anything that it could be and would be and should be, and then you start to form these dumb narratives to your chat, and then the dumb narratives start to spiral, and then you got all these dumb made up shit about people. Let's stick to the facts, man. Like that's what I'm not gonna do, chat. You're not gonna get me doing that shit. Fuck no. I could care less. Like straight up. Well, maybe this. Yeah. Hey, maybe no.
Because she was getting
Nope.
somewhere playing a broken child. And again, I would say I'm going to put some of that on Dee because I know my parents. You're 18, out the door. They didn't want you around. Those people, I know someone specifically 18 years old left.
Gypsy was sick. You have to remember, Gypsy was still sick. They didn't have her diagnosis they didn't have the complete diagnosis, I think, until 2013, I want to say.
That's maybe why she didn't want to leave right at 18. Because I know when you're a kid, you're excited, you want to do things. I'm either going to go.
She doesn't want to go anywhere, Gypsy, because she's in a wheelchair. And she gets up and dances and stuff in videos and stuff. So she knows she doesn't need the wheelchair.
So she's got a learned helplessness. And to some degree, she learned it in order to play her part. And there is a small.
Why couldn't she have just been legitimately sick, Phil? Why couldn't she have just been legitimately sick and her mom?
Because you could be legitimately sick.
And her mom was trying to find out, why does my daughter stop breathing at night? Why is my daughter having a problem eating and swallowing? Why does my daughter drool crazy? Why does my daughter's eyes are crossed? What's going on? But
you can be sick without necessarily committing a grift. She was all about getting that prize money. She was all about.
I don't think
she was all about putting her child's illness there, and the daughter played her role. When she didn't have to play the role. And
so
the mother sanctioned that.
Hang on, let me get my water.
There, in my opinion. All right.
I'm going to have to be like, come on here with y'all and take so many rabbit hole trips. Yeah, I'm with it, Tess. Like, I'm going to have to take some rabbit hole trips because you're not going to this is bullshit. Like, this is. Like, if there's truth out there, then there's truth. All this, what if this? Well, what if mom did this? Mom, what if she wasn't sick? And what if she was sick? And what if she did that?
So you're being way too kind to Gypsy Rose Blanchard here, in my opinion. But listen, I don't have a problem. I think that
no, she's a murderer. All right, she's matricide. All right, she influenced a human being who didn't live with her.
At the very least,
relationship with her to kill her mother, and that is clear. That is the state of Missouri clearly messed that up. They fucked up. The state of Missouri did not get that right.
Let me get another TJ.
That's a fact, Harry. Only people that know is the dude, Gypsy, and her mama. And her mama's not here no more. They murdered her because they were two in love little girlfriends and boyfriends, and they wanted to keep fucking and screwing when they wanted, and they just killed her mama. This happens all of the time. I've heard about it in my state. 18-year-old, 19-year-old girlfriend and boyfriend just learned how to start fucking, and they want to keep doing it, but mom says no, that's not good for you. He don't care about you. No, mom, no. Oh, we gotta kill this bitch. Yeah, let's kill her. Come on, man. She absolutely helped kill her own fucking mama, man, to keep getting some dick. It's fucking happens all the time. To be up here like, whoa, come on, man. She was able to get herself out of it by taking the stand on her fucking co-defendant. That happens all the time. And now she's got this big story on why she did it, and she's monetized it. Got her on Lifetime, got her on A&E. You know, it's the classic narcissistic effect. It's the classic mental disorder that somehow she has learned to cope with this in her own mind with saying it was something else and learning how to take it off of her and put it on something else. And that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Stooge,
Mm-mm-mm.
if you want to. But yeah, I see her as a murderer. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I won't be going to Toddie for fucking Gypsy Rose fucking info. I'll tell you that much right now. I just wanted to laugh at this because she treats him like shit. She always does. This is like the third time I've seen her act like this to this guy. I don't think she likes men, and I don't think she likes pretty women.
But I also am human being, and I see the humanity of it. And I see a mother and a daughter in a complex. And like I said, it's incredibly nebulous, but there's an academic study there to understand why a daughter would kill her mother, and you know what layers.
But you and I
see what I mean? All these layers and things. She just wanted to keep getting some dick from her boyfriend, yo. Like, there's no layers to it. There's only layers to it because she's made it that way, because it's her own little layer of stories that she's used to cope with it. That's this Gypsy Rose thing, man. Like, what? Like, she wanted to keep fucking her little boyfriend, and mama didn't want her to be fucking her little boyfriend. So now, after doing fucking all those years in prison, she's laid on that bunk night in and night out and come up with reasons that this all happened so she can learn to cope with it, instead of just saying, I fucked up and murdered my own mama over another boy. No, it was this. It was all of this. It was all of this, guys. It was all of this. That's why she's going to go to hell. Because you know why? She's not. You can come back from murder. You can come back from that. But you have to repent. You have to admit.
Well, first of all, I do believe that there's bad seeds, and you don't. So, okay. And so we're not going to agree on that. This is not the argument for that. But I will say that.
Well, we can.
I think that what you call a grift, and it would be a grift, even just changing the date of her birthday, just changing that, which I think is what she did. That's what I think she's done. Okay, so just by that, or even by saying, and I'll even give you, okay, Gypsy, training Gypsy, not training Gypsy, but if Gypsy, honey, if you look a little sicker, maybe all that stuff happened. Maybe that.
There's no proof of that.
And maybe Dee Dee writing letters. But I do believe that Dee Dee was very, very concerned about Gypsy and her.
You made the point. She was intuitive. She picked up on something that they then later found out.
No. There was stuff. No, that wasn't it. There were symptoms, Phil. There were legitimate symptoms. They couldn't pinpoint what was causing it. There were legitimate symptoms. I mean, that's why she had 4 surgeries.
But even going back to when she was a little baby, she always had.
People don't get surgeries. Hold on. People don't get surgeries because nothing's wrong. Doctors don't operate on things that aren't wrong. Let's make that real clear. The doctor needs to know that they'll do a one exploratory surgery maybe, but they're not going to keep doing them on people. Hell no, you'll be facing risk of fucking lawsuit after lawsuit, boy. What are you talking about? The doctor has to know something's wrong to do a surgery.
The intuition of a mother is there. I mean, that's
Well, also on the fact that, I mean, you looked at your
Lord
daughter, she looked a little
have
different too. Her
mercy.
head was smaller. Like there, I'm telling you, it was.
no. Look, when I first saw
You know
the
those
actual
twins,
picture of
you
her,
know those circus twins that have the real small heads. You know what I'm talking about? That's what Gypsy has, but not to that extent.
I work with developmentally disabled folk.
I'm
and
gonna, but I want to look it up so I can tell you what it is.
All right, see this right here. Oh, I worked with mentally disabled folks. What does that have to do with anything? Does this make you an expert? What's up, Blaze? Like, this doesn't make you an like, oh, I've worked with them. Don't think I'm doing this. Clearly a cutscene.
tell you
when
what
I
it
first saw Gypsy's picture, she actually reminded me of someone who was bedridden and also salivated.
See, this is parasocial.
Did not
Parasocial.
wasn't coherent. Actually, she was profoundly disabled. And the same look in her face, the same wide eyes, and the same. There was any number of things that I was struck at how, and that was a memory. 40 years old. That was one of the first jobs.
Shout out to my homegirl, Phoenix Blaze, in the chat with the $15 dono. She said, love the Gypsy Rose content, listening in the bushes. Shout out to my girl, Phoenix Blaze, in the chat. Thank you so much, Phoenix. You already know, baby.
Right now, 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 right now.
I held more like 50 years ago. That was one of the first jobs I held where I was around folk like
There
that.
it is. Wait a minute.
I
Pip and
was
flip.
forever changed.
Pip and flip. They had microcephaly. That's what I said it was last time. They were known as the pinheads due to microcephaly, often marketed as being from Yucatan, Mexico. Hang on. You know who these people are. You know who they are.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing a picture of them like on a Guinness thing or some other thing. Probably.
Yeah. Now Gypsy doesn't have it that bad, but that's what she, so there was legitimate things that were wrong, and they weren't able to find out that it was from a microdeletion, and exactly which chromosome was a problem there, which chromosome carried it. So they didn't diagnose that until I'm pretty sure 2013. So there was continued ailments. But I think it's also fair to say that Gypsy wasn't isolated. Dee Dee used to do these things on Friday night where she would have people come from the neighborhood and stuff, so that Gypsy had friends come, and they used to do movie nights and stuff like that. And everybody that says something about Dee Dee says that she would have given you the shirt off her back.
Man, oh man, dude. It's you know what it is? You know what? I'm gonna tell you what this is. It's the internet, when they do these stories sometimes, is we have such small pieces of these people's entire lives. You know what I'm saying? And it might be a 5-minute clip, it might be a 12-minute video upload. But these are just very, very, very small pieces of a person's entire life, guys. I'm just saying. It's a very small piece.
But does that
Let me ask you this.
a pass on what kind of crime she might have been? The kind of person that she was that perpetuated deceit and hid behind deceit, that didn't relate at a level that was above board to even her own daughter. And this child grows up with deficiencies as a result. The child has limitations that are baked in because it's serving a purpose. And that's where the Munchausen accusation came in as far as the legalities go, is because they were able to make a case that it served a purpose.
That's not what Munchausen is. That's malingering. That's malingering.
You mistook me. They made a case showing that it served a purpose for the mother to be about the daughter's illness to the degree that she was.
The Munchausen wasn't even needed. All that shit that they saying about she said she had Munchausen, and she was treating her that way, so we got her a deal. That had nothing to do with it, man. I'm telling you, it didn't. She took the stand on her fucking co-defendant. Like, getting 10 years on your first murder case isn't that fucking odd, dude. It isn't. Especially if you take the fucking co-defendant trial. Come on. Like, Phil's supposed to be her friend.
And so when the daughter said my mother was doing this, they believed her. They took that and added as evidence to reduce her sentence or whatever the fuck they did.
She didn't say anything
They
like
didn't
that until
reduce her sentence.
she didn't say anything like that until somebody told her that. When she got arrested, she didn't say anything bad about her mom.
Somebody getting 10 years, isn't that different from anyone else that takes the stand to their co-defendant? It isn't mind-blowing. This isn't mind-blowing. Like, what the fuck, Cuddle? I don't know, baby. Like, for somebody to get 10 years on their first ever murder, first ever felonies, first time ever in trouble, and then taking the stand for their co-defendant to get life, yeah, that's not very, like, it's not something that you could be like, whoa, she got the deal, man. It's not odd. It's not that odd. Yeah, I believe she's a videoer. She did have a lot of
At all
videos out.
until the lawyer came up with this. I mean, you can hear on the phone and everything. There wasn't anything about that. She loved
Hours
her
and
mom.
hours.
I mean,
Still.
until this became her defense. That's what I'm saying. Until this became her defense.
She didn't have a defense. She pled guilty. This is just the defense she's telling the world, so she tries to look good, guys. She didn't have a defense. She pled guilty to it. Come on, bro. This is all she's doing and telling everybody in the world because she wants you to still love old Gypsy. This is why I killed my mom. Yeah. I need a book deal. Dude, what? That's easy to see.
So what? Let me ask you this. So let me ask you,
One of the doctors before that had ever said
It's
anything.
very
one
easy to
doctor,
see.
one doctor out of all the doctors. Now she went to several doctors because she had several different things wrong with her that they were trying to figure out. One doctor. And one doctor said she's not a very good historian, but I think they were talking about Gypsy. They might have been talking about Dee, but just out of one. So maybe she didn't
Hey,
have her
you
notes
get
that day.
deals.
And she said something like, I'd have to look back on my notes. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? She had her own ailments too later. Dee had her own sicknesses as well later on. So, all right. So let me ask you this. Why would Gypsy, after Nick, unalived her
I mean,
mom,
it's complicated, but
why
like,
would Gypsy later say to Nick that her mom
is
was
it
a really
really?
good person? After.
I mean, is it
the
really?
unaliving?
Because if you're looking at this like from the outside looking in, it really sounds like some little chickie that her mother doesn't care for the boyfriend she's with. Okay? Mother doesn't care. Gypsy Rose has some issues. She was born that way. Innocent little baby girl. Mama maybe didn't do the best thing for her, but you know, who cares? Still your mama. She didn't like her dating that boy. She wanted to keep seeing that boy. Dee actually liked Nick now. Well, that's not what we all heard. That's not what Gypsy says. Like, I'm just saying, like, and then they come out and kill their mother. Like, they don't want broke up. Yeah, she wanted her mom like and then when people start coming to you while you're in prison and want to do interviews and shit with you, what's the way to come to the world and try to look okay about it? Right? What's a way? When you're sitting in jail after you realize that you've done something completely fucking horrible like this, what's a good way to get up out of it? Start making excuses. All of that. It's just all excuses. that she's now told the world. And she said a bunch of different things, bunches of different things. Yeah, she took a deal, but she definitely testified against her fucking co-defendant also, and he got life. So somebody got fucking held responsible for this any way we look at it. Somebody, you got a life for life. He should have been put down, actually.
It could be any number of things from guilt to remorse or some other variation. I mean, for whatever it would take for her to have wanted and set it up and stimulated and put all the elements in place and even put the knife in the kid's hand, for whatever it did that took that, she has to break any number of times over.
Is Ken the dude that's on fucking TikTok?
For the rest of her lifetime and trying to process it. And
So-
her guilt, her shame, her remorse, all that's got to come
Yeah, I
together as
think
one
she
solid
did have
thing.
that.
If she is actually a feeling person, if she's a sociopath, if she's got some other medical condition, then she's not going to be someone that's going to ever have compassion for her mother. But maybe she's saying that to him out of some process by which
She's
she's
got
starting to
issues.
feel her own guilt.
Well, she's never felt.
I'm not sure which one is. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a dude that was dating her or something. I don't know. I might be misinformed. That's why I was asking. She's definitely got some issues she was born with. What's up, Nana? I've been seeing videos of this dude like online where people saying he's grifting and that knows Gypsy, used to date Gypsy or something like that. I
Not at all.
guess.
I can see
No,
that.
because she's never felt guilty about it.
Explaining Gypsy
Wait
as
a minute, wait a
human
minute,
being
wait a minute. Let me respond. She's doubled down. She's doubled down on the crime, and I think she did it because she was messing with Nick's head. You know, they were only together 3 days after. Immediately after the crime, they have sex. They did a video. I mean, there's a video, so we know that they had sex that night. Nick had said that he couldn't rise to the occasion because he felt horrible about what happened. Okay. And then it was later that Gypsy was telling him, I guess, how good her mom was.
I mean, it's particularly twisted and it's kind of fucked up beyond any recognition, to be honest with you. And I'm going to say it out loud like that because that's, I mean, the girl is definitely, she's sick, she's twisted, she's
Very sick and twisted, chat. Like beyond all fucking recognition. It's a sick story, dude. Who is the brown-headed gentleman that's on TikTok? He's got like a goatee. I'm just not. I see his videos on here. I'm not on TikTok. Ryan? Okay. That's who's with her now? Ex-husband? Whoa. What the fuck would you see in dating Gypsy, man? Holy moly. Oh,
right
boy.
from wrong. She's trying to figure it out for herself. Maybe not. I don't know. I would like to assign
What
some
a
level of
mess.
humanity to her
What a
as
mess.
is my nature for all human beings that I meet. And
So-
even the ones that wrong me, even the ones that are hard. That
Thank
Okay,
you,
so-
guys.
process, I still see them as human beings.
Okay. So let's go to, you don't see everybody as a human being because before this all started, something came out of your mouth. So that's not always true. Just in all fairness, you are upset about the state of the world.
You mistook that again. I will see them as a human being, but I will vilify behavior. Your behavior is bad. I quoted Julia Louis-Dreyfus when she said, "I love men, only well-behaved men," and I respect that. I completely understood what she meant. I felt it intuitively in my bones. There's a Me Too understanding
Toddie
of
up
your
here
maleness,
fucking virtue
of who
signaling
you are
again.
and what we are as men to be behaved. And
You're so lucky I don't feel good today, Toddie. I am not feeling good at all. But here we are anyway. Like This is just what are we getting at here though? Is there any like, okay, this is my stance? Do we have any stance? I mean, that's what you're supposed to have as people's is a stance, right? Like this is how I feel. This is my stance about it. Like there's only so many things I'm going to sway my opinion about, right? Thank you. You too, 85. Definitely you too. I don't know why you would fucking want to be with Gypsy Rose, my guy. Yeah, man. Like you couldn't find a woman, so you started to prey on someone that was in prison. I always looked at that as a like a tactic on you can't find anyone that's free. So you start having prison pen pals. And they've made it much easier to do as well. You know, just emailing back and forth on JPay and shit. No way, Jose. No way. So you can get out, use me up, fucking find the person you really wanted to be with the whole time you're locked away, and then bam, gone. That's what they'll do to you. God damn. It's wild, man. Oh, yeah, I feel like crap. My stomach's been upset for like a whole day. She married Ryan while she was still in prison. Like, how could you possibly know anyone that you know that you want to marry them by prison fucking visits and pen pal? Well, they probably got a little bit better deals. I know of a couple. I know of a brother and a sister that murdered their mother, their grandmother, and their grandfather, and she got like 15 years, and he got life in prison because she took the deal. Absolutely, they did. Happened right here in Indiana. And they killed all three of them. They were trying to give him the death penalty, but he pled down. But she was going to take a stand. Yep. They'll always offer you a deal. He lost his job over her. Holy shit, bruh. Oh, she got out of prison. Um, and married in prison. How could you fucking, as a man, bro, you don't even know if the pussy's good or not. Like, dude, you're marrying a murderer, bruh. Like, what's mama think about that? She coming to the wedding? A lot of this is probably clout chasing as well. They had 53 days under the same roof. Holy shit, bro. That was using. Somebody was using somebody. He was like a dog in heat. Oh boy, boy. I ain't had no other options. I know. I know. This is why they go to the prison system. And a lot of women will use the fuck out of these dudes. They will. They'll have you sending them money, fucking before you know it, you're attached to somebody you don't even know. The hell to the no. Nope. I got no need to be talking to somebody that's in jail. And you're probably gonna need to be out of jail for a long time for I got need to be talking to you anyway. I'm gonna say you need to change your life. He was a teacher. Great job, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that's over with. Amazing, man. People do stupid things. People do stupid things, and this is proof of it. Just try not to be one of those stupid people. I was a stupid person at one time. I heard fucking committing crimes and shit when I was young. You know, just try not to be one of those stupid people. This is pretty crazy. Like, and the fact that it's still being spoke about is crazy to me. Like, I guess it's she's out creating content. I seen where she was in like the grocery store and shit, creating content. Like she's got brand deals, I guess. What the fuck? Gypsy, what the fuck, bro? Said carrots grow on trees. What the fuck? Yeah, I just see clips too. I seen him on here. I can't do TikTok either. So if that's where the info's at, I ain't going to get it. I need for it to come here. She baited him. Oh, he's the autistic one? Yeah, I think she should still be in prison as well. That's my opinion, but she did the time that she signed for. She did the time she signed for. Yeah, that'd be fire. Go get all of his TikTok shit. Throw it over here. Yeah. No brands. She dry begging. That's funny. Nick's the dude she's with now. Toddie, I think Toddie's jealous of her, actually. The way Toddie acts about her, it kind of resembles like a jealousy or like a sexual thing with Gypsy. I think Toddie wants to screw Gypsy. That's what's up, Nana. No problem, Chicky. Yeah, he didn't get a fair trial at all. His co-defendant fucking flipped on him. That's some fucking foul shit right there. She's literally a fucking rat. She's a fucking snitch, bro. Bye, Nana. I'm about to end it soon, too. Toddie wants to screw everyone unless it can benefit herself. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good one. That was a pretty good one. No, I'm okay. I just feel ill. I don't know what it is. I think I ate some Subway that was foul. I ate Subway 2 days in a row, and I think the first day it fucked with my stomach a little bit, and then I fucking ate it again the next day, not thinking that it was that, and I think it was that, and it fucked with my stomach again. I think that's what it was, man. Because that's the only thing that's changed is I ate Subway. Some ginger ale. I don't have any of that. I don't have any of that. Get some Sprite. I don't have any of that either. I would say that out loud. Yeah, I think the Subway got me, man. Good afternoon, Jack's Crossing. Yeah, I won't be going to Toddie for any info about Gypsy guys. I will not be going to Toddie. This is just funny, dude. Because they got nowhere. I mean, they literally just kept going around and around and around about the same stupid shit. Yeah, I haven't had Subway for a few years, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's fucking why. I bet I don't go back. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow. I gotta get back to work. I took and switched. This guy at work's got to do something with his daughter for church for like 5 weeks, I think. So I told him I would take his Sunday because he works on Sundays. I usually don't work on the weekends because we got people that do work on the weekends. But I took his Sunday for my Tuesday. Or I work his Sunday and he took my Tuesday. But it breaks my week up. So I like that. Because I'll be ready to get back to my weekends off. So many people she had relationships with. Oh, I imagine. I imagine she had people writing her. That's the thing. A lot of these weirdos, they'll follow this shit and they'll wait for like women to be locked up for a period of time. And I'm not lying, dude. It's sad that I can speak about this by fellow men, but this is what happens. Fellow dudes, weirdo guys will like literally. Oh, I bet she did have pay pics. I bet. I bet. I bet. Because a lot of people will see her as a little girl, and it's sad that she gives off that look. And it's sad that these weirdo men probably even look at her at that way a little. That's the only look she gives off to me is a look of a little girl. And it's not appealing at all in that way. Oh, I bet they were, Chess. I bet they were. Yeah, the voice, that's it too. She does it on purpose. You can tell. You can tell. See, the voice would be cute if she put it on an adult look, right? The voice isn't cute with the little girl look. It just isn't. Not to an adult, my man. Yeah, you can't put that voice with the little child act. I'm sorry, it just it doesn't go with that. Now, if she was a grown woman and she was, you know, put on like her grown woman act and she had that voice, okay, I love it. But nah, man, not with the little girl act as well. I can't do it. She does. She literally acts like a little child. Like she comes off that way to me. She thinks he's cute too. Hot in her documentary. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird, man. It's weird. She killed her mama, bro. Y'all have a beautiful day, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up early on me today. We went live early because I got something I got to do tonight. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for supporting and funding this war. Because we're at war. This cuckoo right here. You know, the cow. I love y'all, man. I think they said she's 35. Too old to be acting like a fucking 12-year-old. You know what I mean? Too old. We'll keep going down this rabbit hole. I appreciate you guys. This is a rabbit hole. Sincerely. So I love you guys. Enjoy your guys' days. I appreciate y'all. Stay blessed and less stressed. Toddie, go eat a